Hello guys, I am Harun and this is my YouTube channel Harun Biozone. This video is based on the class 11 chapter Diversity of Living World. Here I completely describe only 19 MCQ question. These MCQ questions. By these MCQs, I will try to solve important theory portion of that chapter, from where the questions are coming in all medical exams like NEET, JEPAUH, AIIMS and JEPAUH, etc. and also others biology based exam. So watch this video very carefully, that help you a lot to clear or boost the concept of theory of this chapter. So let's go and enjoy this video. If you like it, please like and subscribe my channel. So let's go and watch this video. So let me start the first question. Study the four statement A to D given below and select the two correct ones out of them. Here the question says the following statements, here the following four statements and correct, only two words correct here. The first one, A, definition of biological species was given by Ernst Mayr. This is true, because Ernst Mayr first defined the biological species. What he says? He says the species that are interbreed called species. A species is the smallest unit of taxonomic hierarchy. Photoperiod does not affect reproduction in plants. No, this is false, because photoperiod means the period of light which regulate the flowering of plant. So plant divided into short day plant, long day plant, day neutral plant, critical day length plant, etc. The binomial nomenclature system was given by R.H. Whittaker. Not, this is false, because binomial nomenclature was given by Carolus Linnaeus. R.H. Whittaker gives 5 kingdom classification. In unicellular organisms, reproduction is synonymous with growth. This is also true, because in case of unicellular organism, from one organism, or say for example like bacteria is a unicellular organism. So one bacteria by binary fission produce two similar type of bacteria by asexual reproduction. So there is no any modification or mutation occur here, or changes occur here. But in case of diploid organism like human beings or any other organism, their meiosis occur in reproduction. So in meiosis, the combination of mother and father gamete, so new variety are formed. But in case of prokaryotes or unicellular organism, simple unicellular organism, there is no meiosis occur, so no variety or variability are seen. So they are synonymous in growth. Okay. So the correct answer is first A. Definition of biological species was given by Ernst Mayr. This is correct. And in unicellular organism, reproduction is synonymous with growth. So here A and D, that means C answer is correct. Here A and D means C answer is correct. So here the photoperiod means the period of light that affect the flowering of plant. The photoperiod depend on day length, so 24 hours a day, but when the light or sunlight appears more than 12 hours for flowering of any plant, this is called long day plant. Example of long day plant is henbane, spinach, radish, sugar, beet, oat, barley and wheat. Long day plant also called short night or night is less than 12 hours. So, here short day, long day plant. The long day plant means this yellow portion represent the light of sun. So, here this is the boundary where this portion represent 12 hours, this portion represent 12 hours. So, here day portion is more than 12 hours, night portion is less than 12 hours, then flowering occur. If the day portion is less than 12 hours and night portion is more than 12 hours, then no flowering or occur. That means their vegetative growth show. No, there is reproductive growth are found. But when the light, if you apply the light, suppose here few hours, then in during the night few hours of light are applied, then also flowering occur. So, the flowering occur only when the light is more than 12 hours a day. But in case of short day plant, there if the light period is more than 12 hours, then no flowering occur. That means their vegetative growth. But when the light period is less than 12 hours, that means this is flowering occur, that reproductive phase occur. When the night time is break by applied light, then no flowering occur. So, here long night and short day. Example of short day plant is cocklebar, xanthium, rice, chrysanthemum, sugarcane, coffee, soybean, cosmos, etc. And another type of plants are found day neutral plants, means these plants do not depend on the photo period of plants. Example, cucumber, tomato, maize, cotton and sunflower. Clear? I think this question is clear. Next, which one of the following is not correct, not a correct statement? A museum has a collection of photographs of plants and animals. Key is a taxonomic aid for identification. Herbarium houses dried, pressed and preserved plant specimen. Botanical garden have collection of living plant for reference. So, here the here this is not a correct statement. A museum has a collection of photographs of plants or not. Museum has a collection of photographs of plants and animals. No, this collection of preserved plant and animal, not photographs. This is not answer, not photograph. This is preserved plant and animal for study and reference. They preserve plant and animals for reference and study. Key is a taxonomic aid for identification of specimen. Yes, key means the important character that identify the one organism from another organism. Herbarium house dried, pressed and preserved plant specimen is herbarium house dried, pressed and preserved plant specimen. Botanical garden has collection of living plant for reference. Yes, it is also correct. So, the not a correct statement is the museum has a collection of photograph, not a photograph. Okay. So, example is A. Sorry, answer is A. Let me explain this question properly. Here the taxonomic key. What is the meaning of taxonomic key? A taxonomic key is a paired statement. Paired statement means, suppose these plants narrow leaf and broad leaf. If the plant, the two characters, okay, these two characters, narrow leaf means bell like flower and turnip like flower. Which plant carry the narrow leaf and bell like flower, this is called bluebell, and the plant which carries narrow leaf and trumpet flower, this is called daffodil. And broad leaf means two characters are required for the identification of a plant. here plant leaf structure, here flower looks like, here the petals. This type of characters is called taxonomy key. You choose which statement applies to the organism you are trying to classify. You continue through the key by stating the characteristics. Once you have completed the steps, you arrive at the scientific name of the organism. Means with the taxonomy key, means two different character, you can identify an organism and naming of an organism or plants or animals. A herbarium. This is a herbarium. Herbarium where dried plant specimens are preserved on a paper, and in case of animal, the animal are preserved in a jar. So, herbarium house dried, pressed and preserved plant species. Some important point about herbarium are this sheet, this herbarium sheet. The size of this herbarium sheet is 11.5. This side 11.5 and 16.5 inches, or 41.5 centimeter and 29 centimeter. 41.5 and 29 centimeter. 41.5 and 29 centimeter, or 16 inch and 11.5 and 16.5 inch size. The largest herbarium of India is Central National Herbarium, that is Kolkata, present in Kolkata, where 2 million herbarium specimens are preserved on the basis of Bentham and Hooker system of classification. And the world largest herbarium present in London, Kew, the name Royal Botanical Garden, where 7 million herbarium are preserved. Okay. The oldest herbarium present in Italy, and the father of Indian herbarium is called William Roxburgh. These are important MC question. So, first the size of the herbarium sheet, 11.5 inch and 16.5 inch, or 41.5 centimeter and 29 centimeter. Okay. The India's largest herbarium is Central National Herbarium, present in Royal Botanical Garden, Shivpur, Kolkata, in where 2 million herbarium are preserved on the basis of Bentham and Hooker system of classification. The world largest herbarium is Kew, Royal Botanical Garden, present in Kew, London. There is 7 million herbarium are present. The father of Indian herbarium is William Roxburgh. Okay, and oldest herbarium found from Italy. Then herbarium clear, key also clear, and botanical gardens have the collection of living plants for reference. The next question, biosystematics AIIMS. So, what is the meaning of biosystematics? Biosystematics is also called neosystematics. Biosystematics is also called neosystematics. The neosystematics represent the classification of organism on the basis of various type of characters like ecology, physiology, biochemistry, anatomy, different type of characters, and identify the evolutionary history or evolutionary relationship among different organisms. So, let us study the classification of organism based on broad morphological characters. So, here the classification based only on morphological character, there is no cytological, no biochemical, no genetical, so only morphological character are here. Delimiting various taxa of organism and establish their relationship. That means the phylogenetic relationship are established here. Phylogenetic relationship means the evolutionary relationship. That means the relation among different organisms. Like in human and monkey, they are 98%. Chimpanzee and humans are 98% genetically similar. The classification of organs is so called the human arrived from chimpanzee. The classification of organisms based on their evolutionary history and establishing their phylogeny on the totality of various parameters from all fields of study. This is correct answer, because here phylogeny means evolutionary relationship and different parameters like cytology, like genetics, like molecular biology, like anatomy, like biochemistry, like bioinformatics, etc. So this is a right answer. The next question. Match the items given in the column 1 with those in column 2 and select the correct option given below. Column 1, herbarium. It is a place having a collection of preserved plants and animals. Key, a list that enumerate methodically all the species found in an area with brief description aiding identification. Museum is a place where dried and pressed plant specimens mounted on sheets are kept. Catalog, a booklet containing a list of characters and their alternate which are helpful in identification of various taxa. So, how is herbarium? The herbarium where dried plant are pressed on a sheet. Okay, so A means is a place where dried and pressed plant specimen mounted on sheet are kept, like Royal Botanical Garden, like Central National Herbarium. Key is a characteristic feature that identify the organism and then classify and the nomenclature. So, key is a booklet containing a list of characters and their alternate which are helpful in identification of various taxa. In previous question, I says the plant leaf is broad and narrow like leaf, that type of characters. And museum is a place having a collection of preserved plants and animals. The museum means in where the plant and animals are collected and preserved. And catalog a list that enumerates methodically all the species found in an area with brief description adding identification. So here the correct answer is A3, B key, a booklet, A3, B4, A3, B4, that means D are answer. The next question, what is keystone species? Keystone species is a very important species, because if the keystone organisms are extinct, that means the ecosystem are breakdown, the other organisms are become extinct. So keystone is very important. Say for example, sea otter, one type of animals that eats sea urchin. Sea otter, one type of animal that eats sea urchin, and they in turn feed on kelp. Okay, without sea otter, which prevents sea urchins from overbreeding. The sea otter, one type of animal that feed sea urchin, and sea urchin might take kelp as a food. So if the sea urchin are overbreed, the kelp are become extinct. Okay, so here otter, sea otter maintain the community of kelp and sea urchin. Say for another example, mangrove trees, Rhizophora macronata, mangrove tree. The mangrove trees support the shorelines, sea lines from erosion and provide protective habitats for small fish and other organisms. But keystone species present in very low mass. Here, look at this question. A species which makes up for only a small proportion of the total biomass. That means what is the meaning of biomass? Biomass means the weight or total quantity of living organism of one animal or plant species at a particular time at particular area. That means in a particular area and particular time there is total amount of organic material, that is called biomass. The species which makes up for only small proportion of the total biomass of a community. Okay, in a community, a small proportion of biomass yet has a huge impact on the community's organization and survival. Okay, so organization and survival. This is the right answer. Another option, a common species that has plenty of biomass. Note, keystone species not plenty of biomass. Keystone species is a single organism and another or different type of organism are depend on it for their survival. A rare species that has minimal impact on the biomass and other species in the community. No, not minimal, maximum. A dominant species that constitute a large proportion of the biomass and which affects many other species. A dominant species that constitutes not a large proportion, this is a small proportion. Okay, only one organism and many different organisms are depend on it. So it is a small proportion and total biomass and huge impact on the community of organization survival. So the biomass and keystone species is the a small proportion of total biomass, but the ecology or community severely depend on it for the existence. Next question. Botanical garden and zoological park have collection of endemic living species only, collection of exotic living species only, collection of endemic and exotic living species only. So here first point, endemic species. Endemic species means the species present in a region and without this region they are nowhere found. Okay, say for example kangaroo, originally endemic to Australia. Out of Australia there is no kangaroo are present. So kangaroo is an endemic species of Australia. Another example, Tasmanian tiger that are endemic in Australia. Tasmanian tiger, Australia, Tasmania and New Guinea. So for Tasmanian tiger is endemic for only for Australia, Tasmania and New Guinea. Nowhere they are found. Another term, exotic species. Exotic species means the species that do not present in a place, but they are taken from another place. Okay. Say for example, in Sundarban there is no Asiatic lion. So exotic lion are taken from Gir forest. Okay. So in Sundarban forest, Asiatic lion is an exotic species. Another example, Nile perch. Nile perch is exotic species and also it is invasive species. So here is another term, invasive species or alien species or non-indigenous species. So invasive exotic species means when a species come from another place to a region, another place to another region, and other species in that region are affected. Say for example, in Victoria Lake, Nile perch are taken from another place and they spread in Nile perch in Victoria Lake. In Victoria Lake, there is 200 species are become extinct by the effect of this Nile perch. So, Nile perch is an invasive exotic species. Exotic species may be beneficial or exotic species may be harmful. Another example, Parthenium dibarianum is one type of grass that is not Indian or not Indian endemic species. They come outside and they adapt in Indian habitat, and in Indian habitat they destroy the beneficial plant from different region. So, it is exotic invasive species. The botanical garden zoological park collection of endemic and exotic living species. So, here C is correct. Endemic means local species, exotic means the species coming outside of that region, of the particular region. Next, which one of the following statement regarding cilia is not correct? Okay. Cilia is a small hairy like structure. Okay. So, not correct. First, the organized beating of cilia is controlled by fluxes of calcium ion across the membrane. No. The cilia is beating only in the presence of ATPase enzyme that converts ATP into ADP and release energy. This energy is used to movement of cilia. For a single movement of cilia require 10 ATP. Cilia are hair-like cellular appendages. This is right, cellular appendages. Microtubules of cilia are composed of tubulin. Yes, the cilia made by tubulin protein. There are two types of tubulin proteins are present, that is alpha tubulin and beta tubulin. Cilia contains an outer ring of 9 doublet microtubules surround 2 single microtubules. This is also right. So, not correct answer is A. So, let me explain. This is cilia, okay, and this internal arrangement of cilia microtubules looks like this is the outer 9 microtubule, this is alpha microtubule, beta microtubule, this is dianine protein. Dianine protein carry ATPase. This ATPase convert ATP into ADP, and from those ATP the energy used the movement of cilia, okay, and 2 microtubules are present in the inner ring, inner side, central tubule, and this is peripheral tubule, and these protein are kinin. This connector protein is called kinin. So, dianine and kinesin, okay, arrangement, and this movement, some movement occur in the presence of calcium ion also. So, here the correct answer is ATPase. This is correct, this is correct, this is also correct answer D, and this is wrong answer. The next question, which statement is correct from the bacterial transduction? So, what is bacterial transduction? Bacterial transduction is a sexual reproduction of bacteria. Here, the bacterial genetic material transform from one bacteria to another bacteria through bacteriophage. Okay. So, which statement is correct? First correct statement. The transfer of some genes from one bacteria to another bacteria through virus, right? transfer of gene from one bacteria to another bacteria by conjugation? Not. It is not right. This is called conjugation. This process is called conjugation. Bacteria obtained its DNA directly? Not. It is false. It is also wrong. Bacteria obtained DNA from other external source, but obtained bacteria other source, not other source. Okay, these three options is incorrect, and only this one is correct answer. Let me explain. This is transduction process. Transduction process are two types: lytic cycle and lysogenic cycle. If you want to know what is lytic and what is lysogenic cycle, when a human is affected by a viral fever, sometimes the viral fever is not completely removed from virus, completely not removed from human body. They remain in the body and the disease appear a bit later. Okay. This occur by lysogenic cycle. Let me explain. Here first the virus come into the human body and attack the Escherichia coli. The Escherichia coli bacteriophage virus, they penetrate their genetic material into the bacterial cell. Then this is the DNA, bacterial DNA, this is viral DNA. In this viral DNA, there is present endonuclease enzyme. This endonuclease enzyme breaks the bacterial DNA and destroy them. Then the ribosome that present in bacterial DNA, this is by using this ribosome they produce by capsid protein, outer capsid protein, and they replicate to produce many viruses. Okay. When many viruses are produced, the bacterial cell burst or lysed bacterial cell burst. How they burst? Because this virus release lysozyme enzyme. This lysozyme enzyme break the bacterial cell wall, that is peptidoglycan. Okay, peptidoglycan made by NAM and NAG, N-acetyl-mannamic acid, N-acetyl-glucosamine, NAM and NAG. Okay, and the virus release and again attack the another bacteria. Okay, and another cycle is lysogenic cycle. Lysogenic means resting cycle or non-virulent phase. This is virulent phase. Okay. One bacteria affected, then produce many virus, and this virus again affect the another bacteria. But in case of lysogenic cycle occur when the unfavorable condition of virus are present in the environment. Like here, the bacteriophage attack bacteria, and this viral genome inserted into the bacterial genome. Then the viral genome nick the bacterial DNA and they attach with the bacterial DNA. Okay. Then the bacteria by binary fission produce two bacteria, and also through replication this viral DNA replicate and produce many viral DNA. Okay. So, this is occur during unfavorable condition when the virus do not replicate and lysed. Okay. And this occur in favorable condition when bacteria use when virus or bacteriophage use the bacterial elements and produce their own copy. So, here the right answer is transfer of genetic genes from one bacteria to another bacteria through virus. Next question: which of the following suffix is used to unit of classification in plants indicate taxonomic category of plant family? So, here let me explain this question properly. Suppose here two scientific taxonomic hierarchy of two species, mango and human. Okay. To say this is taxonomic hierarchy: species, genus, family, order, class, division and kingdom. This is the smallest taxon and this is highest taxon or largest taxon. In species there is no suffix is used, but in case of genus, no suffix used, but in the family, AC, ACEAE. The family, in case of family, their ACEE suffix are used, but in case of order, ALICE, this is used in order. Then neo or opsida in case of class, so only in case of class of animal. Okay. Then in some class, in some, not every organism but some organism, and division phyta used in case of phyta, division use phyta or spermia. Say here some example: kingdom, plantae. So here AE are suffix are required. Phylum Anthophylla, class Dicotyledonii, ONAE. So in case of class, there is ONI, but in case of ALICE, this order Sapindalis. So in case of order, this is Sapindalis are used. Order. And in case of AC, family use, AC use hobe. So which of the following suffixes used for units of classification in plants indicate taxonomic category of family, that is AC, ALICE in case of order, and ONI class in case of class, not AE are used. Next question: a species inhabiting different geographical areas is known as allopatric, sympatric, biospecies, and sibling species. Answer is allopatric. How? Let me explain. Here is a geographical region, and in this geographical region, the all organisms are present in the same habitat. But in case of sometimes the geographical barriers like river, like hill, or like mountain appeared between this region. So the two species are become separate. For long time, when they separate, they differ from each other and produce new variety of species. But in case of sympatric speciation, where some organisms are separate from these and they produce a colony and they reproductively isolate. Okay, reproductively isolate from these organisms, but there is no geographical barrier occur. Okay, so it is called reproductive isolation or sympatric speciation, and here allopatric geographical isolation. Biospecies. What is the meaning of biospecies? A species erected on the basis, or a species selected on the basis of reproductive and genetic isolation of natural population. So biospecies means the species separate from one another by reproductive and genetic features. Sibling species, they are morphologically same but genetically different. Okay, they are morphologically same but genetically different. Here some point, this is important for different exam. First, morphospecies means the species are selected or separate from each other on the basis of morphology. Taxonomic species, the species have binomial nomenclature. The sibling species, two species which do not interbreed but are otherwise difficult to separate on the basis of morphological character. That means they are morphologically same but genetically different, so they do not interbreed. Allopatric species, the species having exclusive areas or geographical areas barrier. So the species are separate from each other on the basis of geographical barriers. And the sympatric species, the species having overlapping areas of geographical distribution. This is geographical region and they overlap each other. Only they are separate in a region, they are isolated in a region and they consequently they separate from the other organism. Parapatric species, the species with here same geographical area, the all species are present, but when one organism migrate from this geographical area to another geographical area, it is called parapatric species. Linear species, a taxonomic species distinguished on morphological grounds. Biospecies, a species selected on the basis of reproductive and genetic isolation called biospecies. Agmospecies, agmo means where gamete absent. Okay. That means the species produce asexually, they produce asexually, and gamospecies means gamete present. That means the species reproduce sexually. Keystone species, a species that play a key role or critical role in the ecology of a place. Jordan species, a true breeding genetic unit below the rank of species, is called Jordan species. Okay. So, the right answer, different geographical areas, this is allopatric species. So, this question also described before. So, here herbarium means it is a place where dried and pressed plant specimen mounted on the sheet are kept. Key means a booklet containing a list of characters and their alternate which are helpful in identification of various taxa. Museum means it is a place having a collection of preserved plant and animals. Catalog means a list that enumerates methodically all the species found in an area with brief description aiding identification. So, here class 1 option is right. Study the 4 statements given below and select the 2 correct ones out of them. Definition of biological species are given by Ernst Mayr, right? Biological Ernst Mayr. Photoperiod does not affect reproduction in plants. This also question also described before. And here some questions, assertion and reason. Okay, the Carolus first one. Carolus Linnaeus was a Swedish naturalist. Okay, Carolus Linnaeus was a Swedish, not naturalist, also naturalist. Mainly they are physician, Swedish physician. Linnaeus is called father of taxonomy. Both the options are correct. Both assertion and reason are true. Both assertions are false. No. If both assertion and reason are true and reason is the correct expression of no. Both assertion and reason are true, but reason is not the correct expression of assertion. This B answer is correct. Carolus Linnaeus was a Swedish naturalist. Carolus Linnaeus is called father of taxonomy. So, both the option is correct, but reason is not the correct explanation of assertion. So, here B answer is right. Number 2, cytotaxonomy involves the cytological information for classification purpose. Chemotaxonomy is based on the chemical constituent of plants and animals. So, both the option is correct, and assertion reason is not the correct explanation of assertion. So, also B answer is right. So, here all B answer is right. Here also B answer is right. And macronucleus in Paramecium is polyploid and micronucleus in Paramecium diploid. So, in case of Paramecium, there is 2 nucleus is present, that is micronucleus take part in reproduction and this macronucleus take part in normal biological function like digestion, etc. Okay, macromolecules. So, micromolecules is diploid in nature and macromolecules is polyploid in nature. In this case, both macromolecules and micromolecules, here assertion is both are correct, but not explanation. Here also B is correct. So, in case of the 3 question, only B is correct answer. 14. Neosystematics or biosystematics aims to the classify of organism based on broad morphological character, delimiting various types of organism and establishing their relationship. The classification of organism based on their evolutionary history and establishing their phylogeny on the totality of various parameters from all fields of studies. Next question. Here also assertion reason question. Bentham and Hooker's system of classification is based on more number of characters and natural affinities. Bentham and Hooker's system of classification is phylogenetic system of classification, not false. This is right. Bentham and Hooker system of classification is a natural system of classification where many morphological and anatomical characters are cytological characters are taken for classification of organism. But this classification is called natural classification. So here assertion is true but reason is false. Assertion scientific name are printed in italic. The name of the author is written in abbreviated from after the specific epithet and is printed in Roman. Both are right, but reason is not the correct explanation of assertion. So here assertion is right but reason is false. This is C answer, and in case of a B answer is right. Say for example, the artificial system of classification proposed by Aristotle and Theophrastus, natural system of classification by Bentham and Hooker, and phylogenetic system. Phylogeny means evolutionary relationship. Classification is proposed by Engler and Prantl, and as her scientific name is printed in italic. Here the Mangifera indica, the scientific name of mango, is italic in form, but the scientific Carolus Linnaeus, who proposed this scientific name, Carolus Linnaeus. So LIN, Lin, is abbreviation of author name. It is not mainly Roman style. Okay. Next question is philosophic zoologic, Historia Plantarum, Systema Naturae, Genera Plantarum. So which are matching? The first, Historia Plantarum, philosophic zoologic. Philosophic zoologic is written by Lamarck. Historia Plantarum is was written by Theophrastus. Systema Naturae was written by Carolus Linnaeus, and Genera Plantarum by Bentham and Hooker. So philosophy 2, A2, B3, C1 and D4, that is B number. So this is author name, this is book's name. The philosophy zoologic was written by Lamarck, Historia Plantarum was written by Theophrastus, and Systema Naturae was written by Carolus Linnaeus, Genera Plantarum by Bentham and Hooker. Next question, how many of the following is true? Dwarf shoot, long shoot and seeds are present in ginkgo, Cycaspinus, ginkgo and nitum. That means they are gymnosperm. So in case of gymnosperm, naked seeded plant, dwarf shoot present, long shoot also present, and seeds are present in ginkgo. Okay, these are gymnosperm. This is gymno. Developing of zygote into young embryo is salvinia takes place within ovule. The embryo develop, the ovule develop embryo within the ovary, not ovule. Okay. Bacteria are simple in nature, structure and behavior. When a shoot tip modified in flower, it is always solitary. So here two options is correct. This dwarf shoot, long shoot and seeds are present in ginkgo. Ginkgo is gymnosperm. So in case of gymnosperm, the dwarf shoot, long shoot and seed are present. But and when a shoot tip modified in flower, shoot tip, the stem tip portion of the shoot or stem modified into flower is always solitary. Okay, always solitary. So here two answer is correct. Bacteria are simple in structure and behavior. Not. They may be simple in structure, but their behavior is not simple because they are highly mutable. They mutate themselves in every condition. Okay? When the environment change, they always mutate them. So they may be simple in structure, but behavior is not simple. And development of zygote into young embryo in salvinia, salvinia means angiosperm, takes place within ovule, not ovule, it is ovary. So correct answer A and D. Select the correct match about features. So what is neosystematics, morphology and others? Chemotaxonomy, biochemical composition of chromosome. Cytotaxonomy, chromosomal banding. Karyotaxonomy, chromosomal number and meiotic behavior. The first, neosystematics means morphological character, biochemical character, genetical character, molecular biological character, character and phylogenetic relationship. All characters are required to identify and classify the organism. This belongs neosystematics or biosystematics. And chemotaxonomy means biochemical composition of not chromosome, biochemical composition in plant or in organs or in cell, okay, or tissue. Cytotaxonomy, chromosomal banding, not cyto means cell, the cellular structure and cellular function is belongs to cytotaxonomy. Karyotaxonomy, chromosomal number and meiotic behavior, not, it's false because karyotaxonomy means nuclear structure. Okay, karyo means nucleus, cyto means cells, chemo means chemical composition. So here the right answer is A, only A is a right answer. The next and last question is, what type of life cycle is shown in figure? This is sporophyte and gametophyte, both are present, sporophyte and gametophyte. So this is plant life cycle. The sporophyte, that sporophytic meiosis occur, then spore produced, sporophyte diploid in nature, spores haploid in nature. Then spores, they can germinate to produce gametophytic plant. Gametophyte through gametogenesis and produce gamete, male gamete and female gamete. They fuse to form zygote. This zygote again develop into sporophyte plant. So here haploid and diploid both stage are present near about equally. Okay, in their life cycle, haploid and diploid both the gamete are present, both the stage are present. So it is called haplodiplobiontic. It is found in higher organism, especially in case of higher organism. Now what is haplontic and diplontic? Let me explain. This is haplontic. Haplontic means it is found in gametophytic organism, a gametophytic plant like fungus, like algae, okay, and also in bryophytes, where the haploid life cycle, in their life cycle, haploid stage is dominant and diploid stage is small in time. That is called haplontic life cycle. Another question are coming from here. This is where the zygotic meiosis occur. Zygotic after meiosis produces spore. So zygotic meiosis occur in haplontic life cycle. It is found in dinoflagellate, fungi, protista, some green algae, desmids, eulothrix, spirogyra. This is diplontic life cycle. Diplontic means here diploid phase is dominant and haploid is very tiny period of their life cycle. Okay, cycle. So it's called diplontic. Example found in vascular plants like angiosperm, gymnosperm, pteridophyte, some fungi, foraminifera, most brown seaweeds, macrocystis, laminaria, most of the red algae and some green seaweeds, diplontic life cycle are found. And in case of human or higher animals, the diplontic life cycle are also found. But in case of haplodiplontic life cycle, they are diplontic means some fungi, some yellow green algae, some brown algae, all vertebrates, human, ficus, Durvilia, Hormosira, and some green seaweeds diatoms show the diplomatic life cycle. But haplodiplomatic found in mosses, liverworts, ferns, vascular plants, some fungi, haptophytes, macrocystis laminaria, most red algae, etc. Okay, so this is haplodiplomatic, where haploid phase and diploid phase near about are equal in their life cycle. But when haploid phase are dominant, is called haplontic life cycle. When diploid phase dominant, diplontic life cycle, and where haplodiplomatic life cycle. So this is the end of my video. Thank you for watching. If you like it, please like and subscribe my channel. Thank you.